Hello and welcome to Breezy Chatter. Today I'm going to be talking about the bold and the beautiful, but first and foremost, thank you to those who have subscribed to my channel. Your subscription is highly appreciated, and let's get started. So it looks like the Forresters were greeted by CPS, coming to check on Thomas and make sure that Douglas is receiving appropriate care. Ridge looked beyond belief when CPS showed up, and so did Thomas, and they couldn't understand who could have possibly called CPS. And of course, Ridge thinks back to Brooke, and Thomas thinks that Brooke is the person that called. But when Ridge confronted Brooke, she said she did not make the call. And of course, Thomas told his father he doesn't believe her. He believes that she's lying. And Ridge said something that was quite interesting. He told Thomas that Brooke would not lie to him. And then Thomas had to remind him of all the instances where Brooke has in fact lied to him, when she's done things that were inappropriate and she knew that he wouldn't approve. Those are the times where she either withholds the truth or just flat out lies. And although Ridge heard all that Thomas had to say, he still didn't want to believe it. So it turns out that Thomas and Ridge both know someone who used to work for Forrester who had access to those calls. And he did play back the call, and it was Brooke. It sounded like Brooke. Brooke identified herself as Brooke. And Ridge, he couldn't believe it. He was shocked, disappointed. And of course, Thomas didn't waste a moment telling his father that he could do so much better and that he should go back to Taylor. Now, we all kind of see where this is heading. We know Taylor, she's kind of giving up on the concept of being with Ridge. She's come to terms with the fact that he is in fact married, and she just needs to get away from all this drama. She's just tired of it. And Steffi suggested that she go to Aspen with her to look at a home that Bill is putting on the market. So we have Taylor and Steffi going to Aspen. We have Ridge thoroughly disappointed in Brooke because he heard the tape not once but twice. That's how much he couldn't believe it and didn't want to believe that Brooke would actually call CPS on Thomas. And the fact that she said she didn't do it is making me wonder who else could have called. And I'm starting to think that maybe Thomas called. As much as I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to think that that's how this whole thing played out. We know that earlier last month, Douglas was talking about some app where you can alter someone's voice or make someone's voice sound like someone else's. So maybe Thomas used that app to frame Brooke, to bring his parents together. Now, we know this is going to be short-lived if this is actually what happened, because we already know the formula. Anyone who manipulates a situation to bring two people together, that union does not last long. So if Thomas did in fact do this, this is going to be short-lived, and the moment Ridge finds out about the manipulation, he's going to drop Taylor and go running back to Brooke. I was hoping Thomas would be on the straight and narrow. I don't know how this is going to play out. There are so many twists, so many turns. I was so certain that it was Brooke, but now I'm not anymore. Now I'm thinking that maybe it was Thomas, or who knows, maybe it could have been someone else, but I don't know who else to think of. You guys let me know in the comments who you think called CPS on Thomas. Do you think Thomas did it himself? Or do you think Brooke did it? Or do you think someone else called? Well, we'll have to wait and see how things unfold. And that is my commentary. If you liked it, hit like, subscribe, and leave comments. Thank you for your time. Until next time, ta-ta.